What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, June 8th, and it's time for our weekly garden update. Spin around here, you can see behind me. So, tomatoes and peppers still looking good. All the beans are up now. They're really looking good. I went through and tilled between them. I still need to go through and kind of weed between the individual plants because the grass is coming up pretty heavily there. I came out here this morning before it got hot, and I put this lattice up as a trellis for my white half runners. Cucumbers are still kind of slow. They're not really progressing the way I thought they would be. And then my 4 rows of peaches and cream sweet corn, that's coming up. They're about anywhere from 6 to 8 inches tall now, so they're doing really good. I tilled this really heavily today, so it's real loose. They're calling for rain tonight, so hopefully that'll just allow the rain to absorb straight into the soil. Get up here and spin around. And the zucchini rompancantes right here, they are doing okay. They need some more rain. I've watered them a couple times. I was out of town for 4 days this week working, so I wasn't going to come down here and water and take care of everything. None of the squash seed that I seeded a week ago have come up yet. None of, oh, there's some of the, let me spin around here. So I literally just left my dad's house up there, taking some stuff up to him, and I told him none of my squash and zucchini had sprouted yet. Well, now there's the first of the zucchinis that have sprouted. Walk down here and look. None of the yellow squash or the other zucchini have sprouted yet, but there's still plenty of time. Oh, back here's some more. Oh yeah, some of these other squashes have sprouted. So those galore, the knobby, bumpy pumpkins, they're starting to sprout now. And then walk up through here. None of the other ones have sprouted yet. There's a lot of deer tracks in here. The deer are starting to browse or starting to come through the garden a lot more. The whole row of okra that I planted, the 75-foot long row or so, that's up. And then I came out this morning and I put out a couple more, 4 more tomato plants. So we still have some more tomato plants that are growing that are in starter containers that I'm going to put them out probably in a few more weeks, and that'll kind of give us a little bit of a later harvest of tomatoes there. So I'm going to leave this garden, get up to my house, kind of give you an update on the things we did up there today. So I'll see you up at the house. Okay, we are up at the house now, and first thing we're going to do here, I've got my lovely helper out here, Taryn, is we are going to harvest our Napa cabbage. So it's starting to reach the end and starting to shrivel up and start to turn yellow in the outer leaves here, and the bugs are starting to get into it. So we're going to go ahead and harvest this now, get these inside, and what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make a run of kimchi tomorrow with probably 2 of the heads, and then we'll stick the other 2 in the fridge to either use them with cooking or whatever, or I'll just keep them for another week or so and then make another run of kimchi, because the kimchi will keep for a long time. So Taryn's going to help me harvest these cabbage heads down here, and we'll be back with you in just a minute. Sometimes used to I'd go in and I would cut it off down here, but I think what I can do now, since this one has a really well-defined head here, is I'm just going to grab it here and just start twisting it until it pops loose. Just like that. Okay? There's a bunch of ants on it, but we'll get that taken care of here in a little bit. So, man, that is a big head of cabbage. Look at that thing. That is heavy. Feel that. Man, those were some big heads of Napa cabbage there. Those 2 will make an enormous run of kimchi for me. So the other 2 are a little bit smaller, but same thing, bugs are starting to get to them now. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest them, take them and get them cleaned up, and I'll probably just stick them in bags and put them in the refrigerator for the time being, and we'll use them here in the next few days. I've also got my purple kale. It is exploding here now. It's about to have to be harvested as well. This box bed here is just ridiculously getting crazy with tomatoes in there. My lettuce up here is needing to be harvested as well because it's starting to bolt, so I need to go ahead and get that out of the ground. Run up here and show you some of the other things we were looking at today. Okay, look at our peach tree. Our peach tree is just hanging over here. I have thinned this thing so many times. But look, I mean, I've still got to go through and thin it a lot more. There are way too many peaches on here. I've probably already knocked off 50 to 60% of them, but I need to go through and knock it again. Otherwise, it's going to start breaking. Well, I've got all cattywampus with my camera just in, sorry. It's going to start breaking. So I need to go through and start knocking some more of these off, get it thinned out. And if I want the peaches to maximize on size and flavor, I really need to get these numbers down so that way the tree can put maximum energy into making the best fruit possible. So got that to do. The apple trees, crows pretty much devastated the apple trees here when the apples were still, you know, like the size of a quarter. Crows came in, picked them clean for the most part. There are still a few up in the upper parts there, but it needs to be thinned again now because I really hadn't thinned it because the crows had devastated it so much. So I need to mess with that. Go over here now. And what we're doing over here, so I had to clean this spot here out today. I had to bush hog all this. We're in the process of getting ready to build a barn. So we're going to build a 40 by 60 pole barn. And I'm having to lay out where I want it to be. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get it worked in this area here, our little, you know, fruit tree orchard area. But all this area here that I bush hogged, when we built our house, I put a geothermal heating and cooling system in. And there's like 1 mile of coiled up 1-inch PEX pipe in here in this area in the ground. And so what I've got to do is, and there's 2 big loops, 2 redundant loops in here. I could tell you a lot more about the geothermal system in more time, you know, at a later date. But what I got to do is I've got to lay out where we're going to put this barn so that it works with these geothermal system lines. Because we can't drive, we can't dig the footers for the posts and hit these lines, because then that kills our heating and cooling in the house. So I got to work around where the lines are, find ways to make this barn straddle where the geothermal system is. So there's a lot of work to be done there, but hopefully here really soon we're going to have this barn up and get it started going. And we're looking forward to that so we can get a lot of our stuff in out of the weather into the barn. Going to build a couple rooms in there, a room for Taryn to have herself a little art studio kind of thing. I'm going to build a room in there where I'm going to store a bunch of stuff, and I may even make myself a little YouTube studio in there. So just really looking forward to that. But oh man, I think that's really the most things today. We did a lot of cleaning up the driveway today. We mowed and bush hogged up here, and then Trey and I went out and we cleaned off all the overhanging tree limbs, vines, all that stuff on the driveway. The possum grapes up here, I don't know what they're technically called. We always call them possum grapes. They are just dominating. That sun's terrible. They're just dominating all the trees alongside the driveway. They get up in the trees. They get so heavy and thick that they begin to pull the trees. They arch the trees over the top of the driveway, and then they break the trees off and kill them. So I've had to go through, and I'm trying to cut the possum grapes off down at ground level to free up the canopy of the trees. But anyway, we're going to get over here. I think Trey may have got some video clips of us doing that earlier today. I'll have to, if he did, I'll plug that in here too. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it for today. We're going to get in here, and we got some stuff inside to take care of, but we need to thin some more of these peaches before we get out of here. That's it for this video. I'm going to try to do a weekly update for you to just kind of let you know where we're at, what's going on around the farm, what we're harvesting, how things are going, what problems we... Oh, problems! Taryn, what did we see today on the farm?
A bear.
There she is. A bear. First confirmed bear sighting on the farm ever that I'm aware of. We've seen sign of bears here, but we had never seen one before. Well, somebody driving down the road on the farm saw a bear, took a video of it, so we got that, and then my brother's trail camera pinged with a picture of a decent sized juvenile black bear. So
Dad, turtle.
Turtle?
No, not turtle.
Oh, a box turtle. Yeah, pick it up. Box turtle right here. How did it... And we just mowed the yard here too. Somehow he managed to avoid...
Oh, he's hiding. I didn't hit that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put him back down here, let him go where he's going. We always have a ton of these box turtles up here. When I'm bush hogging the fields, I see them all over the place. So, covered up in them. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment below if you got any thoughts on this. Have yourself a wonderful day. God bless.